of Shriners, we provide treatment to children with orthopedic conditions, burns, spinal cord injuries, or cleft lip and palate usually. We usually treat children up to age 18, but in special cases, we can treat them up to age 21.
What are those special cases?
Oh, sure. So the average age for admittance for children that come to us Shriners is around 10, but if children do come to us at, say, age 16, and then at age 18, the doctors don't feel like it's safe yet to release them, they will keep them until age 21.
Awesome. That's so cool.
These treatments can be done at little to no cost to the family. We're a facility that really uses donations for funding. We have this was a founding ideal since the Shriners Hospitals were established. Another feature of this hospital is the family-centered environment. So we have a lot of amenities for families and patients, including we have on-site rooms that families can stay in, we have a library, a cafeteria, so things like that can be provided to the family. And then we provide care to the patient and the family to ensure that the main focus is on the patient's well-being and rehabilitation process.
That's so cool that you guys try to help your family so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate it here, and it's a great facility.
The very first Shriners Hospital was built in Shreveport, Louisiana in 1922. The recent outbreak of polio left many children and their families at risk for not receiving healthcare services. In response, the Shriners Fraternity met in 1921 to create a system of hospitals specifically designed for children. The most obvious location for their first hospital was St. Louis. Although St. Louis was a well-established city and had a medical teaching center in Washington University, plans changed when acquiring the land near the university had stalled. James Horace Rowland, head of a branch of the Shriners Fraternity and a businessman and leader in Shreveport, argued that not only could he gather support for the first hospital to be built in Shreveport, but would also expand the development of natural resources within that area, specifically oil and natural gas. Rowland then got support from Shreveport's mayor, L.E. Thomas, along with other members of the fraternity. The 5.9-acre plot of land at the corner of Kings Highway and Sanford Avenue would later be purchased by the Shriners at a cost of $35,000 and donated to the hospital. Total cost estimates for construction and equipping the facility, including removal of an existing structure on the property, was placed at just over $300,000. Today, in 2018, Shriners Hospitals in Shreveport, as well as the other Shriners Hospitals across the United States, have maintained their initial set of values: maintain high-quality care to children regardless of the family's ability to pay.
Here you can see some of the Shriners hats that they wear around the world. At the St. Louis location, they don't have every single hat, but there are many of them, and each one is labeled with a different word of where that shrine is and where they come from. Our tour guide was from the Moolah Shrine, and he wore his hat. And if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see a white one. That's actually for the women Shriners. They get a different color, but there are actually women Shriners, which is very littly unknown among people. These are all of the different pins of the Shriners around the world. This is actually only half of the collection. The other side of the wall had 4 more cases of pins. It's just really amazing to show how many different Shriners there are, and our tour guide actually told us when we were at the Shriners Hospital St. Louis that each pin is completely different. None of them are identical. It's just really cool to see how each one can be so different when there's so many different locations, and it really just shows the uniqueness of each and every Shriner.
Excuse me, me and my husband have our son here, and we don't think that we're going to be able to provide the money for his care.
That's a really common problem that we have, just because medical care is so expensive. But luckily at Shriners, our patients and their families don't have to pay a thing. This is provided because we allow your insurance to kick in, for as long as it will. But then after your insurance runs out, then the hospital will cover any added costs.
Oh my gosh, that's such a big relief. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I'll lead you to our financial counselor. She can kind of help you get things started. But basically, you'll have to fill out, it's a lot of paperwork, but it helps compare your family's income to the
That's awesome.
That's
Thank you for
awesome.
helping
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, no
thanks.
problem. Hi, I'm your financial counselor. It's so nice to meet you too.
You too.
Nice to
Thanks
meet
for
you.
meeting with us.
You're welcome. So I'm going to give you a little background on Shriners. Shriners Hospital spends more money every year than they actually receive from donations. But although this is happening, they have over an $8 billion endowment that they are able to function on every year in the case that they do spend more. This is the system's biggest strength, actually, because they're able to now focus their time and energy on medical advancements for the children and make sure that they're getting the best care possible. And the best part is that the quality isn't any lower, even though you guys won't be paying anything. And we really try to make every patient seem important and very individualized here at Shriners Hospitals.
Oh, so cool.
So that's great.
All medical services at Shriners Hospitals are provided in a unique model of care, which helps to improve the navigation process.
Shriners Hospitals are both vertically and horizontally integrated for patient convenience.
They have 22 locations across North America and a wide array of services within each location.
Not only do Shriners Hospitals provide treatments, surgeries, and different therapies in-house, but they also have pediatric, orthotic, and prosthetic service department.
Ambulatory clinics are provided, along with care coordination, child life, radiology, an intensive care unit, motion analysis, nursing, nutritional care, occupational and physical therapy, and social services.
In addition, Shriners Hospitals offer accommodations for patients and guardians alike, including a cafeteria and library, foreign language interpreters, on-site schooling, therapeutic recreation, security, transportation, and service dogs.
Having these resources in one place is convenient for the families because they do not have to travel to and navigate unfamiliar facilities.
A mother whose son was a patient at Shriners Hospital validated this idea of vertical integration by saying,
I really think Shriners is a great model for care. At other hospitals, you have to wait for test results or therapist reports. Here, it's pretty much instantaneous.
This mother's testimony illustrates how the Shriners Hospital system allows for effective and efficient communication between all members of a patient's interdisciplinary team and the patient's family.
One major benefit of having all services in one building is that they all use the same system.
this ensures no patient's information is lost through translation between health information technology systems.
Shriners Hospitals also work to keep the patient's primary care physician informed of their treatment and progress.
This is extremely helpful when a patient is transitioning out of the system because their doctor will already be aware of the treatment received.
The Shriners Hospital's team truly cares about their patients' well-being even after they leave by taking steps to ensure coordinated and continuous care in outside facilities.
Shriners Hospitals help take stress off of families by providing them a separate room from their child's. These rooms eliminate the hassle of finding and paying for hotel rooms near the hospital. They also give the family easy access to their child 24/7. In an attempt to make the family as comfortable as possible, the rooms are equipped with a full bed, couch, small table and chairs, as well as a TV and a full bathroom. Surgery can be a very stressful time, not only for the child, but for their family as well. That's why, at Shriners Hospitals, there is a surgical waiting area, equipped with semi-private cubicles for families, each with their own screen showing the progress of their child's surgery. Each patient is given a number prior to their surgery, that only the family knows, as to not breach confidentiality. Their number and surgery status is then displayed for the entirety of their surgery, so family members can be more at ease and aware of their child's progress.
One of Shriners Hospital's goals is to make sure that each patient feels individualized and special. This picture of the cast shows how each patient who receives a cast or has some kind of orthopedic problem gets a specialized cast just for them. Children are able to pick of many colors, patterns, any color combos that they want on their cast so that when they're wearing it, even though it may be uncomfortable or not a good situation, at least they still have one thing that makes them happy and they're able to customize it to exactly how they like it. And underneath each cast, there's a picture of a child wearing their preferred cast that they picked. And it's just really neat to see how The Shriners Hospitals really tries to individualize everybody and make them feel special, even if it's in a small way.
I'm going to be discussing how patients navigate through Shriners Hospital. Patient navigation is the process by which patients access their health care, how they get into the system, and how they move through the system. It can be a very complicated process, but Shriners has made it very easy for the parents of these sick children. They've done this in several ways. One way is the ease of referring a patient. They have a hotline set up for healthcare providers to refer patients, but they also allow patients to make direct appointments if their insurance does not require a referral. In that case, the parents can just call the appointment line and talk to an intake coordinator who takes all of their information. Once a patient is in their system, they have an online patient portal and mobile app that makes it easy for them to schedule future appointments, as well as view test results, allergies, educational materials, and hospital summaries. Shriners also offers telehealth locations throughout the Midwest, where patients that live far away can have consultations with their physicians without having to travel far away from their home. The kids visit their local clinic and then talk with their Shriners healthcare team over video chat. Recently, Shriners has partnered with the Mayo Clinic Network, where experts from the Mayo Clinic can offer second opinions and recommendations through their e-consult service. This is an important way for them to get extra information from specialists outside of their typical area of practice. What I found very interesting is that Shriners has created an app called Spine Screen that allows parents to scan their child's spine for curves to check for scoliosis using their smartphones.
Let me demonstrate how the Spine Screen app works. This is a really effective tool for parents because most schools have quit screening for scoliosis nowadays, and it typically develops around the age of 10 to 15, which is around the time most kids quit having regular visits to their pediatrician. So I have my good buddy Austin here who's going to help me demonstrate how the Spine Screen app works. So you'll open the app on your phone, and step one is you have your child bend at the waist as if to touch their toes. You have them bend until their body is roughly parallel with the floor, like so. So step two, you hold your device between your thumbs and index fingers like you're about to take a picture. Place your thumbs and the device on the child's back with your thumbs on each side of their spine. The device should be perpendicular to the child's back and not laying down. Be sure to maintain contact between your device, your thumbs, and your child's back. You tap Start Scan and slowly move the device down the child's back, keeping your thumbs on each side of the spine. Continue until you reach the child's lower back. Be sure to move the phone slowly to ensure an accurate reading. So once you're done, you hit Stop Scan. It's going to ask you to repeat the scan a second time to ensure an accurate reading. Okay, so we'll hit Stop Scan again. And his results are acceptable, which means your child's spine rotation appears within the acceptable range of a healthy spine. Thank you for listening.
Ask me about my new hospital.
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 Ask me about my new hospital.